So today I'm going to go over a couple of the Super Nintendo items in my collection which I have a connection to. Personal, sentimental, things like that. Maybe not the most rare things, but things that I definitely enjoy. And how I came about them, things like that. I had the Super Nintendo at launch and played a lot of launch titles, but it wasn't really my favorite system, I guess, out of everything. I don't want to say I was a Sega kid, because I wasn't, but a lot of the higher-end RPGs and lesser-known games, they didn't appeal to me then, they don't really appeal to me now. So first, I'll go over the core system. This is the one I got when I was a kid, the Super set with the 2 controllers in Super Mario World. I didn't have the Junior as a kid, but it's definitely my favorite now. I just like the way it looks a lot better than this bulky thing. I played the hell out of some Super Mario World, that's for sure. We lived in a small town. I didn't really buy a lot of games. We were close friends with the owner of the local video store, so we would rent a lot of games. That $3.50 got me 5 days, so I could, run through most platformers, racing games, things like that, pretty damn quick and within that time period. I do remember a couple games which I had to rent for multiple weeks at a time, much to the rest of the neighborhood's dismay. First one was Desert Strike, which I played on both this and the Genesis. I guess I alternated between the two when I rented them. Many hours spent on SimCity. I remember renting it and returning it and then going back in and renting it again, hoping that somebody else hadn't rented it and gone over my save. Star Fox, of course. Many hours spent on this. I even competed in the competition. I didn't place or anything, but when it came to Topeka, Kansas, where we were, the lady running it was surprised that I could talk and play at the same time. Same with the Donkey Kong competition, but again, it wasn't really that good. Top Gear, another one of my favorites. The soundtrack on this is probably my favorite out of any SNES game. I actually played through a couple levels of a playthrough on my other channel, so check it out. Bart's Nightmare, I never could get past like 4 or 5 papers on it. If you've never played this, play it. Play the Super Nintendo version, because it's really fun. It's basically just a bunch of mini games, but it's fun, it's campy. Super Mario Kart is one I actually did own. I think we got it at a garage sale or a pawn shop or something. My dad would get a lot of things from pawn shops. This is where I got my first Sega CD. But, unrivaled in battle mode, for sure. Mario is missing. I know it's an educational title, but I played the hell out of this when I was a kid. I would rent it, and I loved it. It was a different kind of Mario game for me, so, I'd play it pretty much all the way through, at least once every couple months. Donkey Kong Country, we got it when it first came out. It's one of the ones that we owned and played through. It was very enjoyable. It's also my favorite to date. I know a lot of people like 2 and 3, but I like this one a lot more. I recently even just got it boxed, simply because I miss the memories of it. Embarrassing, but Super Caesar's Palace, which I played a lot of as well. I remember sitting and playing in the horse racing and the slot machines, and one time I hit it big, like 2 million. I was super excited to show my mother when she got home, but I lost the password or wrote it down incorrectly. This game would have been a million times better with a save feature, so luckily I have a Retron 5, so. And then last of my childhood memories, maybe not last, was Super Mario RPG, which is one that I had to rent several times and hope that somebody didn't erase the saves. I guess there's only like 4 people in town who ever rented this game, so I always had the bottom slot. Nobody touched it, but I finally beat it. was fairly happy to do so. I never owned it as a kid, but I own it now, so I can kind of play it whenever I want. So, yay! I even have a strategy guide for it now, which I didn't back then, and I couldn't find one, and we didn't have the internet, because it was the 90s. Anyways, quick video on my Super Nintendo stuff. Just playing around with my camera, basically trying to get the hang of editing stuff, angles, lighting, things like that. You know, stick around and keep an eye out for more videos. And make sure you check out my other channel, RetroPDX, when I get around to uploading stuff to it.